The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
On Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo, I'm here with my pipe nuts. Here on the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. Let's bring on the pipe nuts right now. There's the Rebel Meddler, Swamp Nut, and there's Talk 4 Media Studio One. That's his nickname now.
Studio One.
We'll call him Pipe Studio.
Just assign like random letters and numbers like Star Wars, like C-3PO.
Oh no, you know what? You're Studio Nut. You're Studio Nut. Okay, we're going to call you Studio Nut. Let's take a vote. Who wants to go with Studio Nut? Raise your hand. Looks like Rebel doesn't. Juan wants something more personal, like Iguana Nut.
How about J? J3PO? No. You never know.
J Nut? All right, we'll call him J Nut till somebody else comes something better, okay? Like, Juan, come up with your own name.
Do I have to?
We're going to make one bad for you if we don't. So no,
I'll make Nicole come up with it.
We'll call you Butt Nut. Actually, that should be her. If she were a nut, that should be hers. Dr. Buttnut. Okay, when she comes on, I'm going to introduce her as that. Don't tell her, okay? Nobody tell her. Okay.
Unless she's listening.
If she's listening, mute your headphones right now.
It's a little late for that. I believe she heard you already.
Today is a day for a major announcement on 2 festivals, ticket giveaways. People are going to have to wait till the end of the show for that, though. Today's also a day where you get to see how schizophrenic the Pipe Man is, because today's a day of holiday cheer and angry ranting.
Hey, that's all good. Doesn't it always come with the holidays?
Well, this one not necessarily, but yes, you're right. Like, why do we call it holiday cheer? Okay, so like when I was younger, I was in the pool and spa business, and for like 10 years, from like 13 to, from like 12 till like, and then there were parts because my dad was in the spa business, so I helped him as his health went bad. When I actually started the radio station, I would go and help him on weekends because he wasn't doing so great. So it was like, it's been like an all life thing. But here's the thing, okay? I managed a store in New Jersey in Old Bridge on Route 9 called Harrow's. It's no longer around. You know why it's no longer around? This business was around for 60 years when I was manager, okay? And I was 19, so that's almost, 5 years ago? No, but... It is almost 40 years ago. So it would have been around for 100 years. But you know what happened? The parents, they retired and they turned it over to the kids, and the kids single-handedly destroyed it. Because basically, kids come into a very successful business. They want to make a name for themselves, so they decide to change everything that worked and try their own way. But if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and you have to think about it too. You have years and years of trial and error that you just don't have.
Yes, I say that to people all the time because they say, I have clients constantly that send me emails. You should do this. You should do this. Yeah, we did it. Didn't work. Yeah, we did it. Didn't work. You know, it's true.
Yep.
I'm glad you brought up that point. Now let's hear from the negative Nelly. Rebel, what were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything. I just said,
you were going to say something.
When you say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's not that you're trying to fix it. Sometimes people are trying to make it better, and
better is not fixing. There's a huge difference. Making it better is taking something that's already in existence and is working and evolving it to modern times. Fixing it means you break it, get rid of the old completely, and bring in the new completely. Obviously, the business lasted for 60 years because they were doing something right. Now, if you're going to take over a business that's been successful for 60 years, then use what was working, but add on to it and maybe, like I said, evolve it, modernize it. Don't just start from scratch. Don't reinvent the wheel. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Yes, somebody originally built a wheel. It was square. It didn't work too well.
So they had to reinvent it.
They didn't just start over. No, they didn't reinvent it. That's the point. They sat there and go, oh, we could smooth this out and then it'll work much better. They didn't go and start with a fresh piece of whatever they were using to make wheels then.
Stone.
They used the one they already invested all their time and effort in. Imagine how long it took them to do it with those stones. And you say it's stones because you watched the Flintstones, okay? But
I think it was wooden.
There. Yeah, we weren't there, Rebel, and I think he's right. It was wooden. Stones is from the Flintstones, okay? This is the problem in today's society, is people take stuff from TV and movies and make it factual.
Cartoons.
Huh?
Cartoons.
Yeah, that too. Cartoons are an exaggeration, people, just saying.
Yeah, if it wasn't on The Simpsons, don't believe it.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
they've been proven facts.
This came up recently because I was talking with my daughter, and you know, when my kids were kids, I don't know if this is good parenting or bad parenting, but we had family night with The Simpsons. It's good parenting because it's dedicated time for the family to get together, and basically that's specific time. It's probably bad parenting realizing that my kids were watching The Simpsons.
Nothing wrong with The Simpsons.
Better than Family Guy.
A lot of things.
Yeah, well, but yeah, no, actually, Juan's right. Okay. Do you know that if children are under some kind of like child protective thing investigation, that kids can get taken away from their parents for the parents showing them stuff like Family Guy or like really scary movies or stuff like that. Because it's adult, and Family Guy's an adult cartoon. That's why they have a whole channel called Adult Swim. Because it's all the animations and the cartoons are for adults, they're not for kids. That's why these cartoons are on at prime time when you're putting your kids to bed.
Okay, so wait a minute. So we going to give the right to other people to tell us how to introduce things to children, but we send them to public schools and they get introduced to stuff, and we watch regular television, which has commercials.
That's a whole other show, Rebel, and we're not going to have time to talk about what we had talked about today, but we should do that for another show. So you send me your description for that episode.
Oh.
Well, listen, I was on the board of the Wellington Chamber. I was on the board of ed of the temple. I was on the board of trustees of the temple. I've been on many other boards. And basically, when you're on a board and you come up with a great idea, you're now in charge of that committee, and you have to do all the work. So thanks for the brilliant idea. Now do the description for that episode. Just saying. But let's get back to today. Hello, Pipeman. How are you doing? Hello, Gary. How are you doing? I like those kind of messages because, you know, I had to block somebody today, Rebel.
Did you?
What is the hook?
It's holiday.
Are you hooking me off the
cane.
show? Are you hooking me off the show?
It's a it is a candy cane. It's a holiday show.
See, that's not for kids either. Why are you bringing a marijuana candy cane on the show?
That is not.
It's got green on it, doesn't it?
Candy canes are red and white. Everybody knows that.
The green is marijuana. That's cannabis on your. Yes, that candy canes are not green. They're red and white. The only way they're green is if they're infused with cannabis.
Mint chocolate, not cannabis. There's nothing illegal about this candy cane.
Who said it was illegal? What if you have a prescription? What if you have a prescription for a candy cane?
It's still federally illegal, so it's illegal no matter how you look at it.
Well,
nobody thinks
the reason
about that.
I said, what if you have a prescription for a candy cane is about today's show, okay? Because that's one thing, okay? But let me tell you why I had to block somebody today. And you know I rarely block anybody, okay? You have to push really hard to block me or just annoy the crap out of me. Or if I sit there and I tell you, listen, all you want to do is argue, like this post ain't about arguing, and then you come back and tell me how I'm wrong. That might be an argument. That I'm wrong about the arguing. Like these trolls tell you you're wrong, that you don't want them arguing. Like if I don't want to argue with you, that's my business. I'm not wrong, but they're not wrong for arguing either. They can do what they want. I just don't have to listen to it. That's all. And if I request you not to argue, then STFU. Get a tall glass of STFU. Shut the fuck up. I don't think that's a ban word, by the way. We'll find out.
Well, George Carlin did a whole show about that. There's 7 words that used to be banned from everything.
That was just radio.
I love George Carlin. He was great.
I know, right?
And he was so truthful with that stuff. So, did you show this one, Juan?
I did.
I just found? Okay, I didn't see it before, so that's why I was bringing it up again. Okay, so listen. Here's the thing. Okay, everybody knows that has listened to me for years knows I have this rant about the healthcare system. It's always been about the U.S., but I'm finding out with all my travels that it's freaking everywhere now. We have diseased the world with disease healthcare. Okay.
And anyway. Speaking of, they are everywhere now. Someone just came in from Area 51.
Let's bring the disease doctor on. Okay, so I don't like it with the 4. See, we're testing something out now, folks. We have some new things, and it would have looked cool. So, Juan, find a way that I'm not cut off.
Now your face is
I
gone.
kind of like the Brady Bunch look if we had the overlay, but yeah, see, without the overlay, I don't like the Brady Bunch look. Okay, so let's go back to normal when it's 4 people. There we go. That's better. I like that better. Let's take a vote on the 4 of us. Is this the best way with 4 people? I say yes.
I think so.
Okay, cool. So we have to do one of 2 things. Either do it like this or get rid of somebody.
Yeah. See you, Pipeman.
Hold on. I need you to continue talking for a second. Maybe, Rebel, you could introduce Dr. Nicole. The reason why is I hear a beeping in the background, and that happened yesterday because my new refrigerator, I keep not closing and it beeps as an alarm. And yesterday I'd spent whole day trying to get it cold again. So hold on.
You go check your refrigerator.
I'll introduce Dr. Nicole. Let's do this instead. And then we're going to get back to the healthcare thing. But I want to talk about, we're giving away festival tickets. Rock the South, Rock the Country, a couple more that we're going to announce at the end of the show. We are even giving a cabin to Shiprock. So, Juan, maybe you could play a few commercials. Why don't you play the Shiprock commercial, the Rock the South, video I have there, and the Rock the Country video I have there, and I'll be back before it's over.
How far is your refrigerator?
It's about 5 miles, but I'll be back.
Like a 6-minute
just
break.
a shipwreck is like
back.
a minute and 17
I'll be
seconds.
Back before the commercials are over. I'm
of course.
Here I go.
It's a long time.
Run!
Join W4CY Radio and Pipeman Radio January 19th through the 25th, 2025 as we ride the ship-rocked retro wave back in time from the Vice City of Miami to Sun-Kissed Paradise in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Half Moon Cay, Bahamas. Shiprock 25's week-long flashback at sea will be stacked with killer music, rad artist-hosted activities, and bitchin'-themed nights. First-time guests receive a $100 onboard credit when booking using the code W4CY. That's right. Use the code W4CY and receive money to spend on board for exclusive dining and other ship amenities. Go to shiprock.com and book now. It's gonna be righteous. Okay, so Juan, you fucked up. Okay,
did I?
Because you played that commercial, and that's a commercial. That gives me chills. We're gonna actually remove that commercial. But you were supposed to do "Rock the Country, Rock the South." You didn't do those two, but it's okay. We'll get to those.
"Rock the Country's." It's not a horizontal video. They're just like small clips from.
Yeah. So
that's why I didn't play those.
We'll just do that while like Rebel's talking and nobody will notice. And so anyway, we have Dr. Nicole Fortin, our resident expert on, what was it? Oh, we have a new name for you. Should you officially become a pipe nut? Your butt nut. That's your nut name. So we got swamp nut, butt nut, and we have studio nut over there till we come up with something better.
Yeah, they assigned Nicole to come up with a name for me.
Smooth operator nut.
That's too long.
Smooth, suave nut. Smooth.
One
has like a
that's insulting.
One has like a
Rico Suave because they're both Hispanic. Is that why?
No, because he's a smooth operator. You know.
Oh my God! In the new
he's like makes everything building, magically, you know. Smooth.
Oh my God! In the new Pipe Cave building, there's this Latina lady that works at the front desk because this building is kind of like a resort hotel type of thing. I am absolutely in love with her, and before the end of my time here, well, never mind. Let's go on to the rest of the show.
She will be mine. Did you? But you didn't notice my nickname for today.
I wasn't looking. Was it 51?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said she came out of Area 51.
Why is it 51? Yeah. Is that how old you look?
Yeah, right. No, just funny.
Well, what's funny about it, none of us are in on the joke.
Well, it's like, coming from Canada, we'll become the 51st state. I was kind of laughing about that.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Trump's going to actually probably send troops into Canada to bring back all the people that are finding safe haven there and deport them.
I don't know. Or Canada's going to just like create its own little thing.
Here's what Trump's going to do. He's going to take all the people that left the United States to go to Canada, all those people that said if he was elected, that's what they were going to do. They said that the first time. They said this time. Nobody's done it yet. But for the people that do it, actually, there is somebody that moved, but not to Canada. Who was it that moved out of the country? Was it Ellen? I think it was Ellen.
Yeah, I think there's a few of them.
There's a few people
that went to the UK.
To UK. I hate to tell you, I have a lot of UK friends. They have just the same problems.
I know, like don't come, like even Canada. It's like there's a gong show over here too.
Yeah, so. There's nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide. Okay, it's the same everywhere. But I don't know. In my opinion, Trump is going to go into Canada, grab all the people that left, and deport them to Mexico.
I don't know. I like coming from Area 51, though. That's good. The aliens have landed.
Well, Canadians certainly are aliens.
And I've always been.
Have you been keeping up with all the UFO stories on the news lately?
Yeah, like what's going on
drones,
in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they drones? Are they aliens?
Me. Don't tell anybody. That's me. Don't tell anybody. Oh, we have
Sam.
I can't believe he's here. We haven't seen him in a while. Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Thinks he should be. Go for it, Rebels. Announce his name.
Sam Allen.
Read it. What? Sid Nut. I don't know why it's Sid Nut. Why? Sam, tell us why Juan should be Sid Nut. And where's Irish? We need to have some fun with Irish on the Adventures of Pipeman. Don't you think so, Rebel?
I think we don't need to torture her any longer than we already did.
But we had fun with her because we do love Irish.
We do. We do love Irish.
And she's
Sam.
fun. We need to bring Irish on the show one day as a reunion tour. That would be
That's a good idea. I like that. We should do a reunion. Yeah.
He said, "You'll be surprised, Mr. Pipeman."
See, is what he's saying? What is he saying? Is he saying that he's really Irish? It's Irish.
See the screen, so y'all have to read it.
It's a good name.
Correct card.
So he's got the facts.
Then he said it just suits him.
It says Irish is at work. I'll get her to call in. Okay, so Juan, open up the phone lines. In case she forgets. Oh, no, she'll do it from Skype because they're over in the UK. So open up this W4CY radio Skype and she can call in. And you can bring her on. Tell her to go on video, Sam. And can we bring her on video? Never mind. We'll do that another time. From Skype? I don't think we can. So. I don't know. Juan, if it can be done, we'll figure it out. Anyway, let's talk about what we were going to talk about today, besides the fact that we have a major announcement coming at the end of the show, and we're going to be announcing 16 ticket giveaways at the end of the show. Okay?
Wow.
So, but let's talk about what happened. Okay, so I told you about, I made a post on Facebook yesterday. And that post had some truth to it, but it was also just a promo for today's episode. Rebel, can you read what my post said?
No, I cannot because I do not have glasses on to see.
Well, what good are you? What good is it to have co-hosts if I have to do everything?
You didn't say we were going to have to read anything.
You just have to. You don't know me after all these years. You have to be prepared. Come on.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So first, before I read that, I want to make an announcement. My interview with Cactus, with Carmine, a piece of Cactus, which also made every music news outlet there was. It went viral because of something he said, was the number one viewed and top stream episode of all shows on W4CY Radio for 2024.
Nice.
And on Talk 4 TV on the streaming network. 2024, the number one viewed and top streamed episode was with a band that is really good, an industrial band out of Germany, Lord of the Lost. I think of Land of the Lost because that was one of my favorite TV shows when I was a kid, and I had a crush on Holly. Okay, but Lord of the Lost, that was a badass interview. So those are number one, Talk 4 TV, W4CY Radio, if I do say so myself. That's
like the Talk 4 Media Wrapped, the Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't the Spotify Wrapped though. It was the YouTube Wrapped. It was the YouTube. Your YouTube a year. Okay. Let's go with more. He said, "I'll tell her you want her back." Look, Sam's already ready to get rid of her. What is that? She's got a strict boss. I bet you Sam's her boss. Just knowing his sense of humor. Worse than the Pipeman. Worse than the Pipeman. Oh my God.
Really?
Let's tell Irish I feel so bad for her, because if she found somebody that was a boss worse than me, oh my God, that's a lot of work to find that. So my prayers are with her. And my prayers are with you, Sam, because you have to live with her. So, okay. And we will be doing Download this year in the UK. We will be doing Bloodstock in the UK. We will be doing Hellfest in France, all provided that they give me credentials. Anything can happen. Like, in this day and age, you could get canceled by the end of this show. So, we have somebody that always says something nice, that joined the Pipeman group and decided to say something not nice to Rebel.
What was it?
Wow,
you'll have to read it to me. I can't see it.
Wow, Rebel, boring background.
She hasn't started her science project.
No. Okay, so I have to have this background because I never know what is going to be acceptable to, I don't know, the Pipeman one, but it's okay. See, you can't get bored.
See, and I didn't even give you crap this time. Okay, so, and then we have Sam. Sam says I have this on video now. There's proof. There is proof. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Okay, so I did this post, and basically it said, hold on, I'll pull it up here. Man, I have a lot of posts. What the hell?
I know, right? It's like you're constantly on social media.
Busy.
Okay.
A busy poster.
Busy poster? What is a poster?
Yeah. Just spreading his opinions all over the world.
Well, I said so sick
and experiences.
I said
Sorry,
so
go ahead.
Sick and tired of doctors acting like used car salespeople instead of doctors. And I had this jerk off like arguing with me on there, and even like I hate the fact that now with social media that people think that opinions are facts and their opinion is factual and they have to force it on everybody and argue with everybody about it. So the bottom line is he asked some stupid question like, what do you mean by that? That makes no sense. Question. Juan, did you understand what I meant by that?
Sure.
Rebel, did you understand what I meant by that?
I did.
Dr. Nicole Fortin, master of traditional Chinese medicine, did you understand what I meant by that?
I understand the sentiment and the point. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you what happened. And this happens a lot with dentists in South Florida, too. The dentists in South Florida are worse. If you have dental insurance where you get a free cleaning every year, in order to get the free cleaning, you have to spend like $1,000. Every time I've gone to another dentist besides the one I use that used to have a show on our station, which is from Perfect Smile Dentistry and Big Smile Dentistry, what happens is you go in there, okay, and they look at you, they take x-rays, all the free stuff, and then they come out with this 5-page treatment plan. That's what they call it, a treatment plan. Okay. And
they should call it a how we're going to make money off of you plan.
Yeah. And so they go into your insurance and they figure out your maxes on everything. And then they come back and like, okay, here's what we can do. And it'll only cost you $3,000 out of pocket. I'm here for the free cleaning. That's all I want right now. And they refuse to give you the cleaning. And they actually want you to sign a form that you refuse their treatment plan. And they kick you out of there. I kid you not. I kid you not. This is what goes on. Okay. And they refuse. And then they bill the insurance company for you going there and not even getting the service done. So let me tell you what happened at Pipeman yesterday. Yes, I posted it because it was something that happened to me, but it happens to a lot of people, and I'm just fed up with it. Okay. This is not health care. It's sick care. Does anybody know the difference between health care and sick care? I should have uploaded it. In fact, I'm going. Look at my background there. Okay, that's the differences between healthcare and sick care. I should have uploaded the banner so I could put it big. But here's the thing: sick care is giving you a diagnosis, so you own a sickness or a condition, and you think it can never be cured, and this is yours, and you have to be medicated and treated for the rest of your life. Okay, healthcare is actually treating people and not creating a repeat customer.
They depend on you following their standard of care. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not a standard and you wouldn't be able to drive me anyway. So therefore, don't try to make it a standard of care. There's no standard. There's no normal.
Nobody knows how to drive a standard anymore. So they shouldn't use it.
That's right.
You know, here's what happened to me. Okay. And here's the thing, too, why I say it's a used car sales, because my health insurance company is constantly sending me rewards and incentives for going to the doctor, for taking medications, for getting shots, for anything it has to do. Like, literally, hey, go get your flu shot and we'll take $100 off your insurance bill. You know, there's like a rewards thing, like you're going to a restaurant. And so I get this thing. Go get your free wellness exam. You get one free one every year. I don't have a primary care physician. I have my cardiologist because of what happened. Other than that, I don't need a primary care physician. And that's why I don't use an HMO, because that shit's bullshit. I used to own an insurance agency. I know the bullshit that goes on. And I will always recommend a PPO over an HMO 100% of the time. And that's because I want to have my choices. I'm not letting them choose or letting them tell me I have to go to one person to tell me if I can go somewhere else. I'm going directly to the source. It's the Jewish way. We don't believe in an intermediary. We have a direct relationship with that guy upstairs. Well, I want to have a direct relationship with the doctor, the specialist. I don't need to go through no middle person that don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, and I didn't trust my gut, okay? I didn't trust my gut at all, because I usually do. I didn't want to go to this appointment I made, because what happened is insurance companies sent the incentive, hey, you'll get $100 reward for going and getting your free. You know why they do that? Because they want all your records. They want to make money off of you and everything. Because what happens in that free wellness exam? They want to know everything about everything so they could document it all. Like, I don't know, something came up about something 20 years ago. Oh, I didn't see that in your record. That's because I basically,
none your damn business.
I chipped a toenail and I just had to clip it off. I didn't think I need to mention that from 20 years ago. Stuff like that. And so what happens is these doctors are now like admins. They're not even doctors at this point. So here's the exam. First, here's the exam. Now, I tell these people I was just at the cardiologist, had a full workover, stress test, everything. Well, she wants to run a myriad of tests, like hundreds of tests on me.
Did you ever ask them who's paying for it? Because me and my insurance are not.
Wait for it. Okay, so I said to him, it's like going to a used car salesperson that's trying to upsell you everything. That's what they were doing. Like all this stuff, okay, that like every test under the sun, which is what they love to do, because like nobody questions them because they have insurance, so they never question. It's big money. I did, and it pissed them off. And let me tell you what happened. I said, I told you I just had all this done. I'm not getting it done again. There's no need for it. My cardiologist has it. I had to say this about 10 times because she kept saying, well, I'm going to order these tests. Like, maybe you don't understand me. And I said to her, the first thing I said, though, was, to be fair to your point, Rebel, was I said, well, is this going to cost me anything? Because the only reason I'm here is because I was sent an incentive by the insurance company that I would get money off my bill if I got this free exam that I really don't need because I just had a whole workup. And I'm just here for the free exam, period. And, so if you run all these tests, is the insurance company paying for it or am I paying for it? I can't answer that, she says. 10 times. She don't know. 10 times. Of course she doesn't know because she's not running the. Let me tell you something, people. Doctors don't run doctors' offices. They are employees. Employees. The person that runs a there's actually a person that owns the doctor's office, and they're the business person that owns it and hires the doctor and pays the doctor. Okay? So what happens is so then she keeps going on with it. So I keep saying, well, until I know whether there's money out of pocket, I'm not doing anything because I'm not looking to be upsold. Okay? I'm not buying a used car. I'm getting a wellness check. Well, this is part of it. So you're going to test for a whole bunch of things that I am not at risk of having, that have no symptoms of, that I don't need in any shape or form. Please. So, and let me tell you something. In this doctor's office, the nurse that came in initially, not even nurse, but just the person that, does your blood pressure and stuff. She was from Cuba. She's been here for about a year. She was a doctor in Cuba. She can't be a doctor here because she's got to go through the bureaucracy here to become a doctor, which I understand in some respects. But I can tell you, Ray, she was way better than the real doctor, okay? She's somebody I would have actually gone to. This one I will never go to. So she kept going, like high pressure selling me on these things. And then the exam. Okay, then we get the exam. She touches my ankle and my thigh and my stomach, and that was and looked in my ear and looked in my mouth. That was the whole wellness exam.
She did that without buying the Groupon?
Right, exactly. And I told her too. I said, listen, this ain't free. You don't get this for free.
I'm here for the free medical exam.
It's not free for you.
This is going to cost you.
So then she goes back to, okay, I'm writing up, like didn't even hear my objection. Terrible salesperson. And she goes, okay, I'm writing up all things for you to go and get all the tests done. And
ever asked if they were practicing their handwriting?
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere.
Well, wait a minute. And she goes, and then I'm going to set you an appointment for January for a follow-up. I'm like, hold on. First of all, I don't need a follow-up. I'm here for my annual exam, and you want me to come back in a couple weeks again for another doctor's bill when I'm perfectly 100% healthy? No. Second of all, I'm like, again, I'm going to ask you, you're writing up for all these tests, who's paying for it? She says, you've asked that 10 times. Like she was really rude.
Got no answer. That's why I keep asking.
Exactly. And I don't know. Well, I told you I don't know. Well, somebody in this office knows. I want to speak to the person that does know, because there's people up front that before you're even allowed to walk in, they check your insurance to make sure you have the coverage and what you have to pay. So yes, somebody in this office will know the answer to that question. Refuse to ask it. And then she just keeps going on. I'm like, yeah, you don't need to schedule another appointment. I'm never coming back here. and I'm not getting those tests. So you're going to refuse a test? And then she brings me over a form to sign to get the records from my cardiologist. Because I said, my cardiologist, I'm like, no, I don't approve of that. I don't need you. Like, you're not I didn't say this, but I'm thinking, you're not my mother. Okay? Listen, I said no. It's my money. It's my body. That's it. And if I don't want to give you my records from somewhere else, because I'm never coming back to you. And so what is her next step? I was brought into detention like I'm in high school. She brought me to the manager. This is why I said used car thing. Like, I've never been to a doctor's office in my whole life where I'm here, well, we need to bring you to the manager. The manager acts all nice, just like in a retail store. The manager's supposed to come in and calm you down.
De-escalate.
Exactly. And so he was like totally nice with me, but then like it's that passive aggressive shit. Like I wanted to punch him in the face, to be honest, because it was total passive aggressive, because he then walked me out of the office. Like there was no checkout. You know how normally you go to the doctor, you can't leave until you check out? Nope, they didn't have me check out or nothing. And when that claim comes in, I don't care if it's free to me. I am disputing that claim that they put in, because you could be sure they're going to put a claim in there. Okay? And I was there for 2 freaking hours. What should have been 15 minutes.
2 hours?
2 hours. Because I had to sit around and wait for the manager, like at the used car lot. Okay? And so this idiot on Facebook's arguing with me about this, because I didn't say what happened. I said, it's just really a promo for the show. Tune in and watch the show to find out. Okay? But starts arguing with me that I used the wrong term. Used car salesperson would mean fraud. And I'm like, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, sir, first of all, it doesn't mean fraud. Are you trying to say that every car salesperson, and now you said car, not used, every car salesperson is committing fraud? Dude, they'd all be going to jail because fraud is illegal. There's a difference between sales techniques where they try to step you up and upgrade you, and actual fraud. That's not fraud, okay? And you have a choice. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, okay? So, no.
Don't sign anything.
When you reference used car salesman, I was referencing, which most people would get, and now tell me if you, again, I asked them again, if you agree, that it was because of the whole sales process of the doctor's office. I felt like I was on a used car lot. And this person just couldn't get it. And then when I argued back what I just said, again said, well, you used it wrong, and you are, contradicting yourself. Has anything I've said so far in this show contradicted myself? Because I'm saying exactly what I was saying. Okay.
I don't believe so.
No. And I'm like, you just want to argue, okay? Like, I don't want to argue. You want to argue, go somewhere else, blah, 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 blah. It was just, and he said his last comment, so he gives this whole thing and explanation. He gives this whole explanation of why it's not a used car salesperson. And I had already told him, I'm like, don't overanalyze it. It's just a promo for my show, okay? So then he wrote back again. And so I wrote back and I'm like, listen, first of all, his last statement in his line after all that stuff was, he goes, well, you keep making posts and I'll keep commenting. Well, you just proved that you are a troll like I said you are, okay? That was proof of it. That last line, that is a troll line. And what, you're just going to argue with me. It doesn't matter what I'm going to say, but yet you think what you're saying is factual. Okay? And that's all that this person was doing. They just wanted to argue like everybody does nowadays, and it's the stupidest freaking shit ever. If we would stop doing this crap and band together, we could stop what's going on in healthcare. We could stop what's going on in politics. You know, fact of the matter is, it's people like that are giving these doctors a license to poison us or to mistreat us or to misdiagnose us. It doesn't mean all doctors do. I don't think all doctors do. But it's not an exact science. I was pre-med in high school. Pre-med in college for medicine. That's why I didn't become a doctor and go to medical school, because I didn't believe in what they were teaching me. Okay. And so fact is, there is a time and a place, but I want so now in this scenario, that's why I did that post. It's ridiculous. And there's so many other stories. So I want to know real quick, Dr. Nicole Fortin, expert in traditional Chinese medicine, what are your thoughts on what just happened? And then I have a bunch of comments here that I'm going to put up while you're talking.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, it's such a big thing. I'm like you. So do you want to read the comments while I'm commenting?
Sure. Well, Rebel Meddler, we know how her mind works. I don't really want to know how Rebel's mind works, because it's pretty scary, to be honest. All right, I'll do these comments first, and then you talk, Nicole.
Sure.
Because I'm rude.
Yeah, it's I know that would have been a little distract, because I want to read the comments, and then I would. Yeah.
So Sam said, "I've got the iron out whilst I listen to you lot." Okay, who said British English is proper English? I want to know right now, because
I can almost hear that. Well, in my mind,
I can totally hear it too. It's a business, Pipeman. It certainly is a business. I'm glad he brought that up, because I was in the insurance business when this all started, and I remember what happened. The insurance companies decided, they made a sweeping change that unless you give somebody a diagnosis, which is why everybody has a label nowadays, doctors were not getting reimbursed. So in order for doctors to get paid, they have to do it by the insurance company's rules. And so they can't practice medicine anymore the way they used to, like a doctor made house calls. They have to do things within this realm. They're always after selling the extras. It's like when you go to the vets in the UK, they always say there's something extra that your pet wants that doesn't need. Absolutely true. Vets are the worst too. Jesus. Have you ever brought your pet to a vet and it not cost thousands of dollars? You better look at Pet Health Cafe, which Rebel will tell you what day and time it is, and watch that show and listen to Pet Health Guru, because that's more crap. What is it real quick, Rebel?
Thursdays, 8 p.m. on W4HC.
W4HC.com, Health Cafe Live, our Health and Wellness Network.
And that's 8 p.m. Eastern?
8 p.m. Eastern time.
Again, he said national health is free in the UK, but it's on its backslide at the moment. Private care, which you pay for, does offer a quicker service. It's a nightmare to get a doctor's appointment in the UK. That's another thing I was going to rant about. And why should it take up to 2 years to get a doctor's appointment for an emergency? I don't get that shit. Call at 8 a.m. and you're still not guaranteed an appointment. You've heard the saying, Dean, nothing is free in this day and age. There's no free lunches, I'll add to that. Doctors get paid for giving jabs. Well, they do get paid, so YouTube can't say anything about that, because... so when Irish and myself went to Cuba, Irish had to go to their hospital. We tried to pay with our insurance, and the insurance company would pay out would not pay out due to the embargo in Cuba. It's the same anywhere. I had the same experience, but not there. And then car salesman, it's called textbook sales. Thank you very much. One person in the whole world disagreed with me, and they're now blocked from my Facebook. Good point, Dean. Some are in the profession for the care of human life, not just the profit margin. And those are the doctors I want to see. And that's the cardiologist I use, because I handpicked my cardiologist for that reason. I had D, Rebel will tell you, I had her call every cardiologist in the whole county, ask him if there was somebody that I can go to that at least would be open to natural health.
I interview doctors all the time. If they don't pass my interview process, move it on.
You know what I hate?
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart, because you have a choice. You have a choice who you see. That's what I like about Eastern medicine. There's definitely a time and a place, and the miracle of Western medicine, what it's there for. But the Eastern medicine is such a different perspective. Like traditionally you got paid to have no patients. You know, if you were a good doctor, or you were doing a good job if your patients were like healthy and living a good life. And there's so many more components to what makes up a good and healthy life and lifestyle than, you know. But I think in some ways it's kind of sad because like Western medical doctors, I think, are limited and using their intuition, or like there's no real outside of the bounds, you know, which is for like it's a structured approach. It's good for certain things. And then like, so I see a lot of people that feel in their body something's not right, but nothing shows up on the lab work or the tests, and it's like, oh, but I still feel like this is maybe the precursor of something. So it's nice to have that option to address. But yeah, we're the same way with like our backlogged healthcare. You have to wait years to get an urgent like MRI or something.
Yeah. Here's an idea. We live in a world where everything is a subscription service, right? You pay a monthly subscription for everything nowadays. I would rather pay a doctor a subscription every month so that they can keep me 100% healthy than to pay something that I'm not even using, or when I use it, I still have to pay out of pocket, which is how the insurance works.
I love it. When I'm elected president of the United States of America in 2028, you're going to be like my RFK Jr. and you're going to be in charge of health, whatever his title is. Okay. Dr. Nicole, first of all, Sam wants to know what is Eastern medicine. So maybe take this time to answer that, tell who you are, how people can watch your show, how people can contact you for your services.
Okay. Well, Eastern medicine is, just a term that I would call medicines of tradition. I study and I'm from the background of traditional Chinese medicine, or classical Chinese medicine. There's different forms of medicine coming out of Japan and India, and, like many cultures that are old, or Chinese medicine could be, records up to 5,000 years old. So, but I think about like the First Nations peoples, or like people had their medicine, right? Or things out of Africa. And so Western medicine would be something more modern to me.
Now give your info real quick.
You can find me at The Language of Healing. I have a podcast on the w4wn.com network on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And that's it.
Pipeman co-hosts that one.
Yeah, Pipeman co-hosts.
Hey, Juan, do you have a show in 8 minutes?
I do.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up here by, there's 2 new commercials at the bottom, one ST, one WTE, and WTR. That's what people waited for. We're giving away 8 tickets to each festival. Okay, so 4 pairs to each festival. These are 2 festivals, Danny Wimmer festivals that are coming up in May. And you have a chance to win tickets right here on the Adventures Pipeman. What you can do is hit my socials, Pipeman Radio, DM me, and I'll make you entered to win. Roll those 2 commercials, Juan.
Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival, the pinnacle of rock festivals in America, returns in 2025 with Linkin Park. Korn. Go! 2 nights of Metallica, no repeat weekend, plus Bad Omens, Incubus, Alice in Chains, Rob Zombie, 3 Days Grace, Alice Cooper, I Prevail, Jimmy Eat World, Chevelle, Motionless in White, and so many more. May 8th to the 11th at Historic Crew Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. Passes on sale now at SonicTempleFestival.com. Welcome to Rockville. North America's largest rock festival returns in 2025 with Green Day, Korn, Shinedown, and Linkin Park. Plus Bad Omens, Incubus, Good Charlotte, Rob Zombie, Alice in Chains, Pierce the Veil, Marilyn Manson, 3 Days Grace, Sublime, I Prevail, and so many more. Welcome to Rockville, May 15th to the 18th at the Daytona International Speedway. Passes on sale now at welcometorockville.com.
There it is. I'm so excited about all of it. Don't forget.
Yeah, get your tickets.
You can also hit us up. We are still doing a free cabin giveaway for Shiprocked. We are actually going to announce it on the New Year's show, I believe. Okay, so you're going to want to tune into that. And the Christmas show is going to be a special show with a couple great interviews I just did recently. It's going to be on Christmas. So you can tune in this week, every week, to The Adventures of Pipeman every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. We will be expanding in January, so stay tuned for that announcement, probably on the New Year's show. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. I thank you, my pipe nuts, butt
Yummy.
nut, swamp nut, and
Studio nut.
half nut.
Studio nut. Yeah, that's a good one. Studio
Okay,
nut.
Studio nut. So thanks for listening. And you can check out, if you missed any part of this show, it'll be on iHeart and all the podcast outlets out there. You can check out all my interviews. We had some recently that we did, a lot going out. Check out The Language of Healing. Check out every show on W4CY Radio on the whole Talk Forum Media Network. Thanks for listening. Roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.